Guys, today video we're gonna talk about people that just came into United States of America. They might wanna work, and the easy way is to do work at the restaurant. Hello, welcome back. What's up, guys? Okay, today video we can talk about newbie or the guy or whatever you guys that just come to United States and you're trying to get a job. What I'm saying is here is which is people don't really have experience and wanna work at United States. Maybe you wanna make some money and you don't know what to do, where I have to work, what I'm gonna do and stuff like that. So okay guys, we're gonna talk about it after this. So, if you just came to United States, probably you got confused to get a job. So, the best thing to do is to make sure what do you get, like, what I'm gonna do and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry, because when you just came to the United States, it's just like anybody else. Got confused, how to get a work, how to get a job, where I'm gonna live, where I'm gonna stay, and stuff like that. I'm gonna help you out what to get done and what you should do, and what the first time I need to apply for and stuff like that. Doesn't matter where you come from, and whatever your experience is when you come into United States, probably you're not gonna get like the job what you're looking for, because sometimes they require something, you know what I mean? So if you just came in and you want to make some money, I think the easiest way to get a job and just get by day by day until you figure it out what I'm gonna do and stuff like that. I just recommend always to people the easy way, which is working in the restaurant. A lot of people try to get a job, many things, many job over there, many opportunity over there. You can do easy thing, you can do work as a skill if you have a skill. If you don't have any skill and you just wanna work to get some experience while you're staying and you get some money on it, so I recommend you just work in the restaurant. It's not because I am in the restaurant business, it's just because so many job over there that we can offer to people that just coming into United States. Yes, if you work at the restaurant, probably it's very easy. What I'm saying easy is you don't have to know, you don't have to have a experience for the language. If you have a good language or how to speak several language, which is good and very good, but if you don't have this kind of experience and you just want to work, you're still able to do that, because in the restaurant they're offering you many positions. For example, if you know how to speak English, for sure, because we talk about United States, so if you're able to speak Spanish as well, which is even better. But if you just know how to speak English, okay, you can work at the front. I mean, you can be for example, there can be a hostess, which is stay in the front. You can be maybe cashier. You can be a server, or a busser, which is busboy. You can be a manager even, if you're eligible to get that, because to be a manager you have to know about a lot of things over there. Or basically, to be a manager, you have to know several things, which is to cover all the position in the restaurant pretty much. At least you have the kind of experience. Now, if you like to work like in the back, because more, a privacy, some people saying, because in the back you don't have to deal with the customer, you don't have to deal with people, just stay in the back, you cook, maybe you, even the dishwasher, because the dishwasher also work in the back. Yes, in the restaurant business, there is many position over there that you are able to apply for. If you just came into United States and you don't have no experience, probably you're going to start like something easy. Something easy usually do in the kitchen, being a kitchen helper, or maybe even dishwasher. It's just washing dishes, which is just very easy. You don't have to know about the English as well. As far as you like the job, or you don't like the job even, you just doing it like that. I mean, you get paid, you don't have to think nothing, just clean the dishes and this is it. Or you can be a kitchen helper if you don't really care about the dishes, and then you know how to cut the vegetable and do some frying thing. They will teach you, however. But kitchen helper also, another option that you guys able to apply for it. Or maybe if you know some, experience a little bit and you speak English, you can stay in the front. Mostly the owner or the manager, they're gonna ask you what kind of experience you got. So if you get something experience, and you available for the front position, which is, if you work at the front, require something, nice, so maybe you can work at the front. If you're good enough with the calculator or stuff, you can be a cashier. Of course, required to be a memorize for the number, for the customer, because you have to be a multitask to do things. When the restaurant is very busy, you have to, work pretty fast, make sure all the money counting, nothing missing, everything is just on track. Also, if you work at the front as a hostess, usually they also same thing. You have to know about memorize thing, because there is so many customer. You have to make sure this customer belong this guy, this customer belong to other guy. For the hostess as well, sometimes there is many different restaurant. For example, if you work at the American restaurant, mostly the hostess, what they do is just, put the customer, they ask for it, they count how many customer, then they're gonna put the customer sit down, like how many table, and you have to make sure which server it is, because some restaurant, usually they divide it between a section A, B, and so on. So the server belong to section B, they have to take a turn, the next customer to section C. This is how it works. So if some restaurant, like for example Asian restaurant, mostly they do for Chinese buffet. Sometimes they don't do section. They just doing it, put the customer whatever they want. The server or the waiter, they work as groups, as it's just as a team, we call it. Then they just serve the customer and take the tip. In the end of the day, they split the tip equally. So in that case, if the hostess, you don't have to worry about memorize thing. But if like an Asian restaurant, also they have a section or to put the customer on it, so you have to know about the memorize this kind of thing. But maybe for the first time or beginning, you're gonna get confused. But after a while, a couple of days, weeks, you will get used to it and you know what you're doing. Mostly with the hostess like that. So for the hostess, the owner, sometimes the offering is pretty good, but when you just, like a beginner or just start, probably you can get around $1,000 to $1,700 a month. So if you work for like some restaurant, they even give you meal like 2 times a day or 3 times a day. Even some other restaurant, they provide you for staying, like a living. So some owner they give you for free, some owner they charge you like a portion, still like a little bit for electricity or water, something like that, and you don't have to pay the rent or anything else. But you're gonna stay in the house, like, couple people. Usually all people that live in the or stay in the house, people that work in the restaurant, the same thing. So basically it's like your friend. So you're gonna leave or you're gonna stay with your friend. Now if you think you know how to do a server, like you've been working the restaurant before, pretty much almost the same, the different all in the system. But if you want to start to work in the restaurant in America, you can be a server as well. To be a server, you require, of course, experience, because some restaurant they do a la carte, or some restaurant they do a buffet. So, if you really know what you're doing, if you really know about the language thing, what I'm saying, you can work for the a la carte restaurant. But if you like really limited to the language, the best way for you is work for the Asian restaurant, which is buffet style. Mostly they do is Chinese or Thai restaurant, some Thai, but not much Thai they do a buffet, but Chinese is for sure. Because work at the Chinese restaurant as a buffet restaurant, it's very easy. You can do it. I believe so. Even though you speak not much English, still you can do it because it's not much to do over there. Pretty much they just welcome to the customer and they sit down already, and then you just welcome to the customer. You ask for the drink, what do you like to drink, and then after you pick out the order for the drink, and that's it. You can go ahead the customer to grab the food by yourself. So whatever the customer already finished with the food, you just gonna a little bit asking if everything is okay, and then you clear up the plate, and then you refill the drink if they need some refill. If they don't, just leave it alone. Some people they like to talk to the server. Some customers they don't really like to talk with the people. They just enjoy the food and then just leave it alone, and this is it. After they're done, you just gonna say everything is alright. You just say thank you, and most customer if they like you, they're gonna feel generous. They're gonna give you very good tip. Sometimes $5, sometimes $10. But sometimes the customer even they give you like $1 or $2. Sometimes nothing, which is I think it's okay. It is what it is. But in the end of the day, mostly when you work in the restaurant, you still make some money. At least you can take home around $80 or $100, even more. If the busy restaurant, you can make like $250 easy, even the buffet restaurant. So I think for the start, this is very good for you guys. If you just came to United States, you wanna do something, maybe I think I recommend you work at a restaurant, which is very easy. Now, if you don't really like, or if you really want to work in the restaurant, for example, and you don't want to see people because any reason, maybe the language, maybe you shy, maybe it's not your things, and something, of course, you can work at the kitchen, like I'm saying, because you might not have experience for the cook, or you don't really like the cook, you just want to work, you can do a kitchen helper. Kitchen helper is still good. Some restaurant they still pay you around $1,700. Sometimes they give you $2,000 a month. And like I'm saying, they still give you provide for the houses. Some restaurant, mostly Asian restaurant, and they still give you a meal, like you're able to eat like 2 or 3 times a day. Like in my restaurant, I give 3 times a day for my employee. So if you work in the kitchen as a kitchen helper, mostly that you need to do is, of course, you have to willing to cooperation to other employee. Mostly over there they feel like a bossy, or pitching at you all the time. You have to do this, I have to do that. It's not about pitching at you actually. It's just because the head chef, they need the job preparation need to be done, because as soon as you're done with your job, so as soon as well you're gonna get a rest. So if you just work very slow, it's meaning you just take a whole day doing something that you never done. So if you work in the kitchen and has a kitchen helper, which is very easy, you don't have to know about the language much. You just basically listen what they teach you, how to cut the vegetable, how to cut, broccoli, maybe some other vegetable. And then there is certain way how to cut, not like just cutting, but mostly the chef or the head chef gonna tell you what to do, which is you can learn like day 2, day 3, or maybe 1 week, and then you're gonna used to it, you know what you're doing, and that's it. When you come in, you just grab whatever you need to get done, and you're gonna work very, very fast. Maybe someday you really like work in the kitchen as a kitchen helper, and then sometimes that the chef they teach you how to cook. Maybe you can learn how to cook and become a chef, which is even better because you're gonna make more money. Now, if you really, really like to be a chef, you just really wanna do something very easy, yes, like I'm saying, dishwasher. Dishwasher, which is washing dishes. The restaurant, even busy or slow restaurant, you still have to wash the dishes. But if there is no dish to wash, you have to clean. Anything you see, you have to clean. You cannot be lazy, because when you be lazy, the chef look at you as a lazy guy, and the owner know that you are lazy. Sometimes they're not gonna keep you. They're just gonna let you go or something like that. Except if the restaurant really need the people, then they're gonna keep you even though they don't like you. But if you willing to work at the restaurant as a dishwasher, you're gonna wash the dishes. Mostly they just wash the dishes like twice a day, what I'm saying, because the busy time is only 2 times, which is lunch and dinner. So lunchtime they're gonna give you a couple of dishes. When the customer finish eating, the server gonna bring the plate to your table and just clean it up. After finish, you're gonna stack up for dinner. So for the dinner time, also to do the same thing. You're gonna clean the dishes and glass and silverware and stuff like that. And you don't have to wash the hand though, because they're gonna have machine. You just clean up properly, spray the water, the glass, the plate, and put the machine, put it on, and finish, clean it up. That's it. Now, some item from the kitchen, chef, sometimes they bring you some pan, some wok, whatever need to be clean. Yes, of course, you need to be clean to do that, And dishwasher is always easy to do, because in the morning, mostly they have nothing to do, except if you leave some dishes since last night, then you have to finish it in the morning. But most of the time, the restaurant is supposed to be not like that. Before you go home, you have to clean everything up. Clean everything on the table, in your table, clean the dishwasher area, whatever, the trash and the food, whatever it is, to pick it up, clean up the hose, the sink and everything. Then you dump the trash can, and that's it. When in the morning you come back to work, there is nothing left over there. So when you come in the restaurant in the morning, especially what you do, mostly, they give you some breakfast. So you just, have some breakfast, then after finish, then you help for the chef. So the restaurant is a lot of job, a lot of things to do, always something to do. Even though there is nothing to do, you have to clean, because the restaurant business, the first thing that you have to keep is cleanliness. Have to be really, really clean. So if you work in the kitchen, like I'm saying, as a dishwasher, when you don't have nothing to do, you're gonna have to do something like a clean. However, need something to clean, just clean. If there is something need to be done, maybe you just help the chef, something to cut maybe, or clean the fridge, organize the fridge, or whatever you need to be done. For working in the kitchen as a dishwasher, sometimes you get a really good money still for a beginner, which is around 1,500 to 1,700, which is good. Some restaurant they pay you maybe less, like 1,300, but it's not bad though. It's not bad. This is a job. It's very easy job, and you don't have to do much thing over there. So if you know how to cook, of course you're able to apply for the chef thing. But however your experience is from other country, when you come into another country, they always have different culture, different the way how to cook, and always come under head chef rules wherever you go, and you know that. And when you know how to cook, mostly it's very easy. You just apply for the job, you know what you're doing. Maybe they're gonna train you a little bit. Maybe 1 or 2 days after you know what you're doing, they're gonna let you go. You're gonna work, which is very good. For example, if you want to work at a restaurant, I mean, in Asian restaurant, it's gonna be the same, even though you wanna be a chef. The different Asian restaurant or Western American restaurant is the way how they cook, they use for the equipment. For example, if you wanna do the steak, Western American they put on the grill. Sometimes they put on a hot plate. But in Asian, mostly they do the same thing, a little bit the hot plate. Also, what they do we use a pan for the flat pan or for the cooking as well. If you wanna talk about the American or Western restaurant, how they serve the pasta or something like a sauce on it, stuffed grouper, maybe chicken, Captain Morgan chicken, for example. What they do, they use a frying pan and then they cook the pasta and put some chicken on it. For the Asian, how they cook for the like fried rice, some noodle or something else, mostly they use a wok. You know, there is some restaurant they put with a pan, like a flat pan. This is what about it. So if you know how to cook, you don't have no worry. Just apply the job, and I think you should okay with that. Now, as a server is very easy sometimes it's not easy, because you know some restaurant as a server which is also required to be a bartender. Some restaurant, not all of them. The most restaurant like high-end restaurant and you know very good restaurant, they always have a bartender. But some restaurant, even though they're good restaurant, you are a server, you bartender, which is very easy thing. We're not talking about the liquor or mixed drink. We talk about just you know small alcohol like beer and wine. There is a drink, of course, it's come with alcohol or there's no alcohol. But the alcohol itself, like a beer, which is easy. Because beer is a beer, there is a name on it. Whatever the customer asks for it, you just look for the name and this is it. And you're just gonna give the glass. If they want to come with the glass, of course, it should be cold glass. Now, if they want a wine, there is two different wine, and you know that. There is a white wine and red wine, and you know how to do that. Because when the red wine, you have to know what certain glass to do that. But the white wine also, you have to know what certain glass to do that. Champagne, different story. Now we talk about the wine. When you serve the wine, of course, the temperature for the red wine, what it is, and what the white wine, what kind of temperature, what kind of glass. Now, for the liquor, you know, some customer they ask for many different liquor. When the restaurant, I mean, have a full liquor on it. So when you are a server and you have to be a bartender, you have to make sure if you know how to do a mixed drink. But if you don't know yet, so please don't even try to do that. You have to call the senior server, because the senior server, they've been trained to do that, because you don't want any mistake. Believe me, you better feel thank you, then you have to say sorry, you know. And in United States, you know, if in a joke, you know, if in a kidding, when you serve the alcohol with the people or kid, which is underage, you have to make sure to ID them. Some customers, some guys, some girls, they look, you know, older than what they are. So you have to still ID. You know that looks already old enough, you can go ahead, there's no problem. But if you're not sure about it, you better have an ID to make sure they are 21. Also for the server itself, like yourself, if you are not 21, you better not serve an alcohol either, because you're gonna get a problem if you got caught to do that. So you have to make sure before you apply for the job, before you work at the restaurant, you have to make sure you're old enough to serve the beverage, which is alcohol. Alright, so this is all about it. You know, I hope this is gonna help you guys and you're good. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you need some question, maybe some opinion, wanna know about something, of course it's restaurant, put the comment down below. I'm gonna try to answer you, to help you out, so you don't have to worry. Even though you're new in United States, you know, a lot of guys, a lot of people, maybe your friend, they were doing pretty good. I believe they've been doing that for a while. They're also the same thing, just like you are. When the first time they're coming in, they're always confused, so just like you are today. So you don't have no worry, you know, you can do it, because I know you can do it. but you have to go step by step because you just came in, you newbie, you don't know what you're doing, you don't even know the country yet, you don't even know people around you yet, you don't even know a lot of things over here. So if you want to jump very high, sometimes if you're lucky enough, you can make it. When you do a passion thing, I believe it's gonna do better. Alright guys, so I'll see you again sometime. Keep trying, keep going. You have to get what you need to get. Good luck, okay? So you better hang in there. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be a beautiful. I hope you have a good day, you have a good year, starting from today maybe, and enjoy the ride. And make sure you be careful and keep working. Working hard and learn by mistake, whatever it is. And you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna be success. You have to be like, just keep watching, keep learning, and what people do, and you have to do maybe the same or even better. So you guys, good luck, okay? And take care. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Take care.